Good to see you, JP. This is an exciting day. Dodger fans are clamoring to get tickets because they want to get their hands on Shohei Ohtani bobblehead figurine. It's bobblehead day,
yes.
So everything's Ohtani at the ballpark, right?
Everything Ohtani here for the defending World Series champions. Greg, and good evening from Chavez Ravine. I arrived here about 5 hours before the first pitch. There was already a line, by my measure, about a third of a mile long of fans wrapped around the stadium because of this man and the MVP bobblehead. I asked a Dodger official, I said, hey, we've had a lot of big crowds here. When was the last time you had a crowd like this? And he told me, John, the last time we had an Ohtani bobblehead night. And if you got here early, you also saw this. And there was a crowd, Greg, of fans looking in and watching Shohei throw in the bullpen. Now, he's not getting imminently close to game situations yet, so we have to remain a little cautious in those projections. But he was throwing. He looks great. He's hitting great, as we know that certainly to be the case. And this very, very deep Dodger pitching staff, Greg, I can't believe I'm saying these words, will soon add, or in the next several weeks or months, will add 2 future Hall of Famers, Kershaw and Ohtani. It's just an embarrassment of riches right now for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
And they added Dustin May, who they didn't have all last year. He looked like the best pitcher they've had all year. So is it obvious that the defending World Series champions are better this year than the year they won the World Series last year?
I believe they are, and you mentioned one of the big reasons why in Dustin May. That was his first major league start since 2023, and you could just see the action on his pitches, Greg. I thought the secondary stuff from May was simply outstanding. The Braves had no answer for it. You see a fastball up. The Braves, of course, they're winless. We'll talk about them a bit later on, but they've had some very tough assignments. And May, last night, has as impressive a stuff as almost anybody in this Dodger rotation. But then, oh yeah, the guy tonight, Blake Snell, he has won the Cy Young Award twice. And you think about his year a year ago with the Giants, he was signing late. He didn't really get in sync until the second half. Had a really great start to begin things here over the weekend against the Tigers. And again, it really tells you just how much depth the Dodgers have. That Snell, again, with all that hardware to his name, did not even start either of the games in the Tokyo series, where whether you're playing in Tokyo or at Dodger Stadium, these Dodgers have not lost a game yet in 2025.
Well, let's go from the penthouse of this game to the outhouse, unfortunately. That should be a segment, by the way. Before we sign off, we need to make this segment happen. The Atlanta Braves are 0-6, and there are so many stats we can give you about how bad their year is. JP, 1 for 34 with runners in scoring position. What are the Braves doing to try to jumpstart this lethargic offense?
Well, first of all, Greg, that would be a great segment for the award-winning Greg Amsinger social media feed. So we'll maybe get on that at some point in a little while. But what I'll say to you about the Braves, they need some help with this lineup. I was actually speaking earlier today with a Braves official. I said, is it a matter of not being on time for the fastball? Are you missing the fastball? And this Braves official noted with a bit of a wry laugh, John, we're missing everything right now. And now, this is a good team, a team that many of us, including myself, projected to make the playoffs. There is still a lot of schedule left. They had the misfortune of running up against 2 outstanding teams, and the Padres and the Dodgers, neither one of whom, of course, have lost a baseball game yet this regular season. Tonight against Snell, the key thing is going to be, against someone in Snell's case who issued 4 walks his last time out, can the Braves righty bats get him in the strike zone often enough to do some damage? Everyone except for one batter, Olsen, will hit from the right side for the Braves and manager Brian Snitker here this evening.
So many questions for the Atlanta Braves. Big question for you. Can you carry 3 extra Ohtani bobbleheads into your carry-on for Dan, Harold, and Greg? That is the question.
I will work on it. Again, the Dodgers social media feed, Greg, said that everybody in attendance tonight is going to get one. So I'm here at field level just waiting for mine.
God, this guy gets jammed all the time. Lucky. Well, that's what this kid does. He gets jammed. He shoots the ball to right, like Derek Jeter used to do all the time. And then when you take that approach, all of a sudden you grow into it and it starts happening for you. But here he is, a look. I love looking back at 2021. He ends up going to Georgia Tech, becomes a player there, flies through their system. This is AAA a couple years ago. And then all of a sudden, he makes it to the big leagues. And this is this year. Here's what I'm talking about. It's that ball again. He just shoots it down the right field corner. This is a couple days ago. He didn't do it once in this game. He did it twice.
Yeah.
So you need to start standing somebody on the line. But if you do that, then you get the bat head out. Look out, trouble, his first big league homer. So he can do a variety of things. But again, here's another one. Just shoot it down the line. But this I love right here. Let me challenge you. A man that can throw, gets to the ball quick. He's a guy that will bust his tail and put pressure on you. Now, why else, Greg, do they want him? Versatility is in, right? You can put this kid, you said second baseman, but I would say super utility because they can put him anywhere. He plays left field, he plays center, he'll probably, I'm sure, being right at some point in time, played some shortstop, but he's putting a lot of time in left and second. And so when the Red Sox were going through who's going to play second, what are we going to do, all that, we put him in left. And then you know what? We'll put him at second base. Knock it down, throw him out, no problem, no panic. And then it's simply handles the ball. But what do you do at second? You got to turn the pivot. If you don't turn the pivot, you can't play there. And he gets it done. So to me, that's the separator. This is the tough one. They're going to be on me. Can I get rid of it? Those are the things you look at when you're talking about investing in somebody for the time the Red Sox invested in, 8 years, and then where's he going to play? Because we're watching a team in the Red Sox, guys, that are turning over. And they're turning over with a lot of young talent that's coming. This roster will not be the same in 2 years. And they're flipping them because they got 3 or 4 guys coming. He's not even at the top of the food chain yet. So they're coming, man.